Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Mutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Deshatarini. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Sudanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunati Ravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनावल्लभ गिरिवरदारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरदारी ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाकाचर अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद ऐसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाकाचर अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री मथुरा धाम की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। गंगा यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय। ताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासां ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, Chapter 2, Hiranyakashipu, King of Demons. Text 59 and 60. We'll just read 59, then we'll go further to text 60. It is with the purport and what's meaning. Yama etad upakyaya tatraivantaradhayata gnatayo hi suyagnasya Chakruryat samprayakutam Yama etat upakyaya Tatrevandharadiyataha Gnatayoyi suyagnasya Chakruryat samparayikam Yama etat upakyaya Tatraivantaradiyataha Gnatayoyi suyagnasya Chakruryat samparayakam Translation. After instructing all the foolish relatives of Suyagna, Yamaraja, in the form of boy, disappeared from their vision. Then the relatives of King Suyagna performed the ritualistic funeral ceremony. Please repeat after me. After instructing all the foolish relatives Suyagna, Yamaraja, in the form of a boy, disappeared from their vision. Then the relatives of King Suyagna performed the ritualistic funeral ceremonies. We are going to read text 60, translation and purport, words, meaning also. Ataha, therefore, sochata, lament for, ma, do not, you yama, all of you, param, another, cha, and atmanam, yourself, eva, certainly, va, or, ka, who, atma, self, ka, who, para, other, va, or, atra, in this material world, sviyaha, one's own, parakaya, for others, eva, indeed, va, or, sapara abhiniveshena, consisting of absorption in the bodily concept of oneself, and others. Vina, besides, Agnanina, the lack of knowledge, Dehina, of all embodied living entities. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Therefore, none of you should be aggrieved for the loss of the body, whether your own or those of others. Only in ignorance does one make bodily distinction, thinking, who am I, who are others, what is mine, what is for others. Please repeat after me responsibly. Therefore, none of you should be aggrieved for loss of the body, whether your own or those of others. Only in ignorance does one make bodily distinctions, thinking, who am I, who are others, what is mine, what is for others. The purport is a similar understanding is given by Srila Prabhupada. We'll just read it. In this material world, the conception of self-preservation is for the loss of nature. According to the conception, one should be interested in his personal safety and should then consider society, friendship, love, nationality, community, and so on, which have all developed because of the bodily conception of life, lack of knowledge of the spiritual soul. This is called ajnana. I just want to elaborate this purport in like a statement. Prabhupada explaining what is ajnana. Also, first line itself, it says, in this material world, the conception of self-preservation is the first loss of nature. Prabhupada explaining that this is very natural, as we born as a human being. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa ahankara vimudatma kartahamiti manyate. So this is a very similar understanding. The nature, where is Bhagavad Gita? Get Bhagavad Gita English. You should have a temple copy, Bhagavad Gita. So, third chapter Bhagavad Gita, That is text 27. Krishna is explaining that everybody can repeat after me. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities which are in actuality carried out by nature. See, we have to study everything very deeply. That's what I am doing that. Especially since this 10, 15 years, I am going through very, very deeply understanding of every word. It's very, very important. What I'm trying to say, this is not ordinary, right? Krishna consciousness is transcendental, divine. So, externally, as I say, or outsiders, you can say mostly, they come and they see and they do what we are doing. For example, just like a flower offering to spiritual master. When a devotee offering flower to spiritual master, some proper understanding is there. That is also very deep understanding is there. So what I'm trying to say, so this Krishna consciousness, especially like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, completely transcendental. You cannot put your thoughts, things, because we are all in a material world. So it doesn't apply your mind and intelligence, whatever, because it is transcendental. Example, I try to say that, Prabhupada is explaining that our Krishna conscious movement is genuine, historically authorized, natural and transcendental due to its being based on Bhagavad Gita as it is. This is very, very important. Transcendental, divine, Prabhupada explaining. In another words, I would like to say, Prabhupada says that I note down, I'm always doing, example here I note down. Prabhupada is telling this is in a third canto, chapter 25, text 27. There Prabhupada is telling, Krishna conscious activities are performed, okay, not blindly. Very, very significant. Just like I give example, like outside people come, they also do what we are doing. There's a flower offering. But they are blind. Because we are doing offerings and they do offering. Anyway, here Prabhupada explaining that Krishna conscious activities are performed not blindly, not blindly, but with the perfect understanding of knowledge. Haribol. So this is very, very important. Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jor se. Chanting Hare Krishna also cannot do blindly. There's so much philosophy beside the chanting. Like 10 offenses, so many things are there, you know. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say, so here Prabhupada explaining that with perfect understanding of knowledge, and renunciation, not just by knowledge. Like we speak about knowledge to the people, like lectures on Gita, Bhagavatam. But we don't teach what is renunciation, what is actually detachment. Yeah. So we hear Gita lectures. So I know, they say we know. Simply by knowledge doesn't help. It goes with the vairagya. That is a very, very important. That means like a brahmachari. Krishna can't begin with the brahmachari. Tapasya brahmacharyena. Anyway, so what I tried to say, very, very important for us to understand. So here it says that bewildered spirit soul. We read, we repeat, but we don't understand. How many of you agree with this? Raise your hands. We repeat, we say, we read, but we don't understand. How you understand? Bolo? Don't understand, then how you understand? Bolo! First raise your hand if you know. Okay, he's telling. Yeah? How do you understand? Vanamali Swami is telling. Cordless mic hai? Nahi. So these are all very, very important for, it looks extreme, very simple, we come but so much is there, Yeah?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj. So as you said, the repetition is in a humble way, following the order of the spiritual master, Om Anabrita Shabdad, Om Anabrita Shabdad. By repeating, just because the spiritual master said, repeat, so the disciple is repeating. But by doing that action, the mercy of the spiritual master also comes, and in the future, because of the mercy, some enlightenment will be there. This is my understanding, Maharaj.
Okay. And generally speaking, we read, we repeat, we hear also, but we don't understand. I'm giving the example here. The bewildered spirit soul. What do we understand? Raise your hand. It's a very deep understanding. Where you learn? First, you are putting your hand. Where you learn?
We learn from the commentaries from previous acharyas, Vaishnavas, that the spirit soul is bewildered, that we hear.
Okay. So say, what is that? Bewildered spirit soul.
That we are the spirit soul, we are not the body, but still we are under the conception of body. Because of so many births, so many millions of births we are practicing. So that spell is still on our conception. So it will take time to come out of that bodily concept of life. So we understand that I am bewildered, but to put it in practice, it becomes really tough.
Bewilder in Sanskrit it's called vimoha. Moha or vimoha. Interesting, I did not bring anything. Scientific base of Krishna consciousness. We have this book. Where is that book? Scientific base of Krishna consciousness. Get it? Scientific basis of Krishna consciousness. First topic itself by my sannyasi guru, Bhakti Sarup Damodar Swami. He is a scientist. He is very well dear to Prabhupada. He is one of the Prabhupada very much like him, Because he received the knowledge. It is there. Is there anything book in this? We have here. You should keep it, These are all very, very important books. Prabhupada very much appreciated about this book, Scientific Base of Krishna Consciousness. The topic is bewildered spirit soul. That I just wanted to bring it. That is one place. Like in many places you can see, The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of three modes of material nature, like Prabhupada says in the purport, that first statement itself, that in the material world, the conception of self-preservation is the first law of nature. It's nature, Think himself to be the doer of activities. Which are actually carried out by nature. Very, very important. And this was spoken millions and millions and millions of years ago. That is, I was trying to say that it is eternal knowledge. That is why you have to learn every day. How you learn? Taking shelter of a guru, not just diksha. Abhi to diksha chal raha hai. This is very, very important. So, in the purport what Prabhupada is telling, let us see. Two persons, one is in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness, that is also very, very deep meaning. Krishna consciousness. That it comes, I mean, the science of self-realization. First, in the topic that is very interesting, Mrs. Nixon, she is asking, what is Krishna consciousness? Right? These books are very, very important. We have to distribute these books, Science of Self-Realization. Hours we can discuss, or the only time limits. 9 o'clock we have to wind up. But it's not just, actually class does not mean just hearing and finish. And no, you have to understand properly. That is actually meaning of class. Of course, this class Prabhupada introduced. That if you go to college, university, there are also classes, but they have 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. But here, there's nothing like it. Simply we'll have a class, okay. Anyway. So here it says, your original consciousness is Krishna consciousness. This is a topic. Mrs. Nixon, my first question is very basic. What is Krishna consciousness? Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna means God. We are all intimately connected with Him because He is our original Father. Now, this is just Prabhupada speaking, but he is have a really relationship with Krishna. Haribol, you have to understand this. It's not just, externally we are, Prabhupada telling, we are eternally connected. This is the position of the Acharya. Prabhupada came from Goloka Vrindavan and he's gone back to Goloka Vrindavan. Acharyas come from there. Acharyas doesn't come from this material world. That is real understanding of Acharya. So what I'm trying to say, when Prabhupada is telling that we, generally speaking, we, as we, when Prabhupada is speaking, we is perfectly realized soul. You may say you are not the body, but Prabhupada perfectly, 100% or more than 100, he knows he is not the body. That is the difference between a guru and disciple. Anyway, so here Prabhupada is explaining that, but we have forgotten this connection. Haribol, so since time immemorial, Mayera Mugdha Jiva Nai Swata Krishna Gyan. Chaitanya Charitamrita says. Since now also we are in Maya. Maybe we are chanting, we are different, cloths, sannyasi, brahmachari, grihastha, whatever. Still we are in Maya. How many of you accept this? How come that we are chanting? You say that you are in Maya. This is a philosophy. We are not in Krishna. We are in Maya. Material world is in Maya. Maya Loka. Anyway, so what I try to say, Prabhupada telling we have forgotten. We mean not the body. Again you have to see, this is very, very important. At present we mean body. Only Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote in his song, Jeev Jago. All the great acharyas, whether South India, North India, wherever, especially even in South India also, all the acharyas appeared, Ramanuja, Madhva, they always talk about Jeev Jago, Meluko Jivama. So anyway, so I'm trying to deeply understand. So here it says that when we become interested in knowing what is my connection with God, what is the aim of life, then we are called Krishna conscious. I'm trying to refer this. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada said 2 persons, one in Krishna consciousness and other in material consciousness. Working on the same level may appear to be working on the same platform. Now this is this applicable to the pure devotees, not you. Don't identify yourself. Oh, I'm working, We are in that, but not like a pure devotee, When Prabhupada is telling that, working on the same level may appear to be working on the same platform, but there is a wide gulf difference in their respective position. In other words, we are all individual. In the neophyte stage, we say we are all one. That is completely bogus philosophy. We are all one. No difference. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, no Brahmachari, Grihastha. We are all one. The person in material consciousness is convinced by false ego that he is the doer of everything. Naturally, now you can see everybody in this material world, ahankara, vimudatma. Because of our karmas, everybody take birth according to karma and we act. The person in material consciousness is convinced by false ego that he is the doer of everything. He does not know that the mechanism of the body is produced by material nature. You have to study very deeply. Like this body you can see, especially, Prabhupada explaining. Everything we receive knowledge only by hearing. Without hearing, that is a guru. It's very, very important. And devotee should know this. When you say guru, guru does not mean that at present gurus only we are thinking. Now guru means Prabhupada. Acharya. You may have a guru, he may have a guru, that is different. You know. You should always think this way when you say Acharya. He is for world Acharya, he is the world of Guru. One may have personal Guru, but Prabhupada is the Guru for everybody. May not be Diksha Guru, but he is a Guru for everyone. He is teaching from the books, from the Shastra. Anyway, so here Prabhupada is explaining that the body mechanism, when the body gets old, interesting. Of course, I'm always hearing, yesterday only I was hearing, Prabhupada said, we are old people, you know, so digestion power is less. It's very interesting, because sometimes, you know, we want to eat, you know. Actually, I'm experiencing also like body, you know. Of course, when you feel hungry, you have to take. Prabhupada says, you have to eat only when you feel hungry. But generally, people going to the restaurants just for taste, they are eating. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say here, which works under the supervision of Supreme Lord. So that this body is working because Paramatma is there and Atma also there. This material nature also working under Paramatma, all-pervading personality of God, Maya Dakshena Prakriti. But we are thinking, I am doing. So this is called Ahankara, Vimudatma. You are Atma, but you are a Vimudatma. You are not the soul. You are Murkatma. This is a question of realization. Simply Atma, nonsense, simply saying. You have to say that you are a Murkatma. Foolish, conditioned soul. We are. So, the materialistic person has no knowledge that ultimately is under the control of Krishna. The person in false ego takes all credit for doing everything independently. You know, nobody is interested in approaching a guru. Now we are approaching guru only out of sentiment and taking diksha also out of sentiment. You know, going on. Not only here, outside also people, you know, everybody said, I have a guru, I have taken diksha, I am this. Actually, Prabhupada writes very clearly, before accepting a guru, or a guru accepting a disciple, they have to study very well, but where it is. Anyway, so here Prabhupada is telling that he does not know that this gross and subtle body is creation of material nature under the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead. As such, his bodily and mental activity should be engaged in service of Krishna. This is teachings to the brahmacharis. Brahmacharis. brahmachari body we have, sannyasi body. So here Prabhupada explained that the body and the mind should be engaged in Krishna's service, in Krishna consciousness. The ignorant man forgets the Supreme Personality of Godhead, known as the Rishikesha or the master of the senses of the material body. But due to his long misuse of senses, sense gratification, he is factually bewildered by false ego, which makes him forget his eternal living. So this is the things Prabhupada very nicely explaining. So here purport, Srila Prabhupada talks about, further he says that according to this conception, ignorance, you can say, whole material world, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, whole material world is full of ignorance. Don't think that, this world is so wonderful, so many things we are using, so many things are happening, computer, this, that, aeroplane, tractor, this, that. So we are all bewildered with this, But we don't know the reality. असली जो सत्य क्या ज्ञान हम लोग पास नहीं है. So Prabhupada, here it says that, so I'm trying to explain about purport. In the purport, Prabhupada says, according to this conception, one should be interested in his personal safety, should then consider society, friendship, love, nationality, community, and so on, which have all developed because of bodily conception of life, lack of knowledge of spiritual soul. So this is explained by Prabhupada. Actually, whole movement based on these teachings. And these teachings cannot be learned just by taking diksha or practice, but this you have to learn under the shelter of the Guru. It's very, very important. Time is running actually, I can speak, go on, One more thing I would like to say. In Sri Ishopanishad, it talks about that is text 10, mantra 10. Anyadvairvur vidyaya, anyadavura vidyaya, iti susrumu dhiranam ena tata vichachakshire. That is explaining. You please repeat after everybody. Everybody please repeat. The wise have explained that one result is derived from culture of knowledge. The different result is obtained from culture of science. So this is very important. And Prabhupada wrote nice purport and is referring 13th chapter Bhagavad Gita, text 8 to 12. There I would like to go to direct. One should search out a bona fide guru. Very important. Not just formality, taking diksha. One should search out a bona fide guru who can lead him. Just like Prabhupada is telling that you produce child, and you don't take care. Pitana satya, janani satya, guru natasya. Simply, become a guru, become this, become that, If you don't train. So here it is explaining, lead him gradually to the stage of spiritual realization. It's very important. That is a Prabhupada. I have a lot of quotations everywhere, so much. Prabhupada says, the real disciple means real guru. A disciple is only interested in going back to Krishna. That is the real understanding of accepting a guru. But nowadays, So here Prabhupada is spiritual realization. And one must submit himself to such a spiritual master. Surrender. Who surrenders? What is meant by surrender? You have to join Hare Krishna movement. That is meant by surrender, right? Example like myself, whatever it is, I came in contact with this society and temple and just murka, ajnan say, blindly came. I don't know anything about Gita, Bhagavata, Guru, this, that. This is a Sukriti. Brahmanda, Brahmati, Bhagyavan. What I try to say, this is a process, Here it says that, surrender. Without surrendering, how you can really have a connection with the Guru? Rendering him service. This is real understanding of accepting Guru. Very rare. Seva is very, very important. Actually, since today also, tomorrow, lot of people comes, but they don't have that surrender and service mood because of the ignorance. That is the Prabhupada wanted. Devotee should be first he should be trained up. Preaching means first you should learn. Preaching from the bona fide spiritual master. Learn. Then preach. That is the real preaching. So here Prabhupada explains that this is very important. You have to serve anybody, XYZ, Vaishnavas, sannyasis, gurus, whoever. You have to serve them. So many ways, even physical service, so many other services can be. That is the process. Ask relevant questions. One should ask questions. Actually, Prabhupada said, these are all very important. Of course, in lecture, Prabhupada always asking end any question. But many places also Prabhupada says, you don't ask question unless you are surrendered. Harival! This is another way. One place he says, question, any question. That is generally. But really, sometimes people go to the Guru and ask question, no? And that's all. They don't follow, they don't anything, just a question. Anyway, so this is the thing here explaining. Further says, in order to approach a platform of self-realization, one must follow the regulated principle enjoined in the revealed scriptures. See, this is Prabhupada explaining. Anyway, I'll stop here, time is up. I can go on speaking. So is there any question or comment or discussion? 5-10 minutes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, we say that this material world is created, like, even though it's like not good, but it is created by the Lord. And many times we learn lessons from the nature. Many times we learn the nature lessons from the nature, maybe through the natural calamities or maybe through the different things. So how we can understand? On one side, we see this material world is created, kind of, nuisance, no value, kind of this. But on other side, we learn many lessons also from the. On other side, we learn many lessons from the nature. So
We
learn lesson from the nature. So how to understand?
what the understanding?
Like we on other side, we see material world is created like for not use, but for not.
That is a very clearly mentioned. If you really wanted to know the truth, tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekhantate jnanam jnanina tattva darshana. That is explained very clearly. Actually, I am always noting so many things, this is a nice book actually, Stuti Sadhanam. This is one of the Jayapataka Swami disciples has written this. Now, that's what I am doing all this time, different things, Just now I was referring, about plainly I say that here the 39 are nicely explained spiritual master, that is explaining the prayers to the spiritual master also. There I note down, this is page 53707, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. It's very important. Just time actually. This is 325 and text 1. Prabhupada gave wonderful lecture. Just 2 minutes, I just wanted to refer it. This is a third canto, chapter 25, text 1. Prabhupada gave lecture in Bombay, 1st November 1974. Two minutes. Okay. 707. Okay, not text 1, that is text 4. Okay? Everybody can repeat few minutes, okay? Please patiently hear. This is a Bombay, Prabhupada gave lecture, 3rd canto, 25th chapter, text 4. Everybody repeat, okay? Sri Sutta Goswami said, the most powerful sage Maitreya was a friend of the Vyasadeva. Thus, being encouraged, Maitreya, pleased by Vidura's inquiry about transcendental knowledge. So Prabhupada giving nice understanding here. So this is the process of getting knowledge. See, about knowledge, Prabhupada is telling this is a process of getting knowledge. To approach the proper person, Guru, very important. Guru should be proper Guru, proper person. And submissively hear from him about transcendental knowledge. Tadvidhi pranipatena. Don't try to receive spiritual knowledge or transcendental knowledge very cheaply. Although it is very easy, there is no difficulty, the process must be known. Just like any machine, we have got experience. Just like sometime our typewriter machine or this dictaphone does not work. So we go to the proper person who knows the work, immediately tighten one screw or changes something, it works. The process we must know. This is very important, the process. Like a preaching mean, preaching doesn't, just, this is a process. Process, preaching also a process. He may know how to make a pan. Okay. No. The process we must know. So if I go to Panwala for repairing my machine, that will not be good. He does not know the process. He may know how to make a pan beedi, but doesn't matter. He does not know how to repair machine. Therefore, Shastric injunction is Vedic injunction that tad vijnanartam sagurum eva vigachet. If you want to know the transcendental knowledge, tad vijnanam. It is also vijnana. Actually, human life meant for understanding tad vijnana. Tad vijnana means transcendental knowledge, not material knowledge. Bodily. Even the medical practitioner, he does not know, he has no knowledge of the spirit soul. He simply studies the mechanical arrangement of the body. The body is big machine made by nature. It is called yantra. Actually, it is a machine. So this is a very nice. Anyway, I like to stop here. Any other question?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj, I had a question on chanting. Suppose it's always to learn that chant and hear, but we try to think that we will hear, but in that process, maybe again our mind wanders and we are not able to hear. We continue thinking that we'll hear. So how can we try to get out of this process and properly hear?
Again, repeat.
As we try to chant, we think that we should hear chanting, but in the process of thinking that, we are unable to hear, and maybe mind again wanders and goes on like that. Again we try, but this is a continuous process, but not able to hear properly. So how should we get out of this process? Hare Krishna.
Actually, even chanting also, definitely you need a guru. You cannot just take the bead bag and chant. Mechanical chanting, Prabhupada says, japa also mechanical, everything mechanical, no. What I try to say, the mantra is given by the spiritual master, right? Mantra, so much meaning is there. We have to study. Like today morning I was trying to know. It says that the first offense is to blaspheme the devotee who dedicated the life for propagating the holy name. That is very, very significant understanding. Every day we are, but how many of us know about that? We have to propagate those who are dedicated. The Prabhupada's life, Acharya dedicated to propagate the holy name. That is why Prabhupada, he taught to the whole world. Now everywhere people are chanting. So what I'm trying to say, this is the process. Guru give the mantra. And asking also, what are the 10 offenses? We have to learn these 10 offenses and chant 16 rounds. That's what Prabhupada's teaching. That is the way to chant. We learn chanting. That is even chanting Hare Krishna mantra, you need a sadhu, shastra, guru. These 3 directions require how to chant Hare Krishna mantra. So this is a very deep understanding is there. Like I am practicing, like even chanting, Now, physically we are chanting. What about the mind? What about the mind? And mind is very interesting. That is, Siddhanta is very important. Siddhanta bolya chittana kara alas. All Krishna consciousness, Siddhanta. If you don't talk Siddhanta, just go on chanting or it doesn't help. That is why I am trying to see deeply. The same sloka yesterday I was giving, that was a different way, mood was there. But today's sloka same here. So this is the way, we have to cultivate Krishna consciousness. So chanting also requires, you need a direction of sadhu, shastra, guru. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, what mantra he has given to me, jepite jepite pagal. कितने लोग पागल बना हैं बोलो इधर nobody. You are jumping up and down, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, Swayam Bhagavan. He, out of his causeless mercy, appeared. Dina hina yata chilo harinama uddalitara sakshi jagaya madai. We don't understand Lord Chaitanya. We are worshipping, but this is the moment of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya wanted to distribute this holy name, every town, every village, not just, very compact, like we also, start from here only. ISKCON, Prabhupada made it, Then we have to very systematically organize to propagate this Krishna consciousness, especially chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Okay? Hare Krishna. बोलो महापतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की।
अमेय स्वामी महाराज की। हम अमेय विलास स्वामी महाराज को हम धन्यवाद देना चाहेंगे। हालांकि महाराज को मैं 1984 से जानता हूँ। महाराज को फर्स्ट टाइम मिला था मैं, हालांकि भक्ति में नहीं था मैं। जय भवानी जय शिवाजी बाहर करते हुए ऐसे गणपति उत्सव ये सब मना के अपने धर्म की रक्षा करना यही काम करता था। लेकिन महाराज जी का ऐसे प्रवचन सुन के मैं फर्स्ट टाइम महाराज का प्रवचन सुन के उसी टाइम से माला लेके फिर भगवद गीता लिए तंख्यात से, तब से मैं फिर भक्ति मार्ग में आगे बढ़ा हूँ। फिर प्रभुपाद जी का चरित्र पढ़ा। प्रभुपाद के चरित्र में हम देखे हैं 17 साल की उम्र में प्रभुपाद जी देश विदेश में जाके प्रचार किया। ये सब जब मैं पढ़ा फिर अच्छा लगा मेरे को, महाराज जी का प्रवचन भी, प्रभुपाद जी का ये सब चरित्र। फिर मैं सोचा मैं इस्कॉन के लिए मैं सेवा करूँ प्रचार के लिए। तब से मैं महाराज की कृपा से ही इस्कॉन में होकर सेवा कर रहा हूँ। तो महाराज का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है। मेरे शिक्षा गुरु जैसे शिक्षा लेता रहता महाराज से, तो इसके लिए हम लोग झूले यात्रा भी महाराज को बुलाए यहाँ पे। और ये ब्रह्म उत्सव भी था। हमेशा मैं महाराज को रोज याद करता हूँ, इनके नाम से मैं माला भी जप करता हूँ महाराज के नाम से, ताकि महाराज का तबियत स्वास्थ्य अच्छा होता है कि अन्य बद्ध जीवों को और भी इनका बड़ा आशीर्वाद प्राप्त हो जाए। तो महाराज इतना थारकर मंदिर में रहते, महाराज जी वहाँ पे प्रचार करते रहते हैं। तो समय निकाल के यहाँ पे आए एक दिन के लिए महाराज कार्यक्रम के लिए, हम लोग धन्यवाद देना चाहेंगे। 3 बार हरि बोल बोल के हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। श्रील प्रभुपाद की।